So welcome everybody to our contemplation meditation based on Living Untethered by Michael Singer. Today we're focused on chapter 20. So to begin, let's just take a moment to bring our attention, our awareness fully to this moment, to this present moment. A conscious decision to be right here, right now. And just notice what that is. What is it to be here in the moment? And with that, let's bring our awareness now to our physical body. By scanning your body from head to toe. And as you scan down the body, noticing what is happening within your body. Do you find tension, tightness, disturbance anywhere in the physical body? If that is the case, bring awareness into that. Rather than pushing it away, which is what many of us would normally do, we bring our awareness to whatever is happening. Maybe your shoulders are tight, chest tightness, headache, jaw tightness, stomach ache, whatever's going on, just notice that. And now consciously slowing down the energy through your body. Consciously relaxing the energy throughout your physical body. And relaxing and releasing wherever possible. And just for a few moments now, let's bring our awareness to our breath. We'll breathe together for 5 counts. On each count, breathing in and out. In through your nose and out through your mouth, if that is comfortable and possible. At the top of the in-breath, we will hold for a moment. And then breathing out with full awareness on the breath. So let's breathe in together now to the count of 1. Breathing in. Holding the breath for a moment. And breathing out. And relax. Breathing into the count of 2. Holding the breath. And breathing out. And relax. Consciously slowing down our breathing now. Breathing into the count of 3. Holding the breath. And breathing out slowly. And relax. Breathing in to the count of 4. Holding the breath. Breathing out slowly and gently. And relax. And breathing into the count of 5. Holding the breath and breathing out. And relax. Bringing your attention awareness now within. Going within self. Behind and beyond the thinking mind. To the seat of the observer. Notice it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's calm, it's still. And now consciously abiding in that stillness, resting in stillness, experiencing from stillness the remainder of our contemplation, meditation. Let's bring awareness, attention now to the tremendous power of your mind, noticing how it has the ability to create dreams on all of its own accord. It's not something that you are willfully doing. Your mind has that power to do it by itself. And as you notice that the mind, your dreams are not the only mental object that the mind creates automatically. We all know the voice inside your head that's talking all day, that it is the same expressive power of mind that creates your dreams, creates that. Michael Singer says it would not be correct to call that dialogue in your head your waking dreams. Everything that voice says is because of the samskaras that have been stored inside you. Bringing awareness to the fact that your mind is actually trying to release those blockages throughout the day while you're still awake. He gives an example that you see somebody running and your voice inside says, I wonder what that person did wrong. It reminds me of my brother when he ran away. What is that person running away from? The problem is that this current situation has nothing to do with your brother. The person could be running for exercise. It is an example of your mind using this opportunity to release pent-up energy. And just notice how often we do something like that. How often your mind is attempting to release energy. Noticing, contemplating on the reality that the great majority of energy that's stored inside is because of preferences, things you did or did not like. How when events happen that stimulate these negative samskaras, the events are automatically experienced as negative. In a way, the negativity keeps compounding. If you really want to see how your preferences manage to make life a negative experience, Mickey Singer says, go build a house. Decide to paint the kitchen walls white. He then brings up the fact that there are more than 50 shades of white. Notice what happens as you try to pick the white that you want. How there's only one tiny window of color choice that's going to align with your preference and make you okay, make you happy. All of the rest of those colors will not do that. He mentions, look at the odds that you're up against in that simple situation. How there are billions of things that can happen in life that do not match your preferences. There are only a small few that do. Knowing that to be true, the probability that life is going to be a negative experience is extremely high. Not because life is negative. Because the only thing that isn't negative to you is that which exactly matches your preference. Mickey says it's very important to understand this, to take some time to contemplate this. How we have set up a system in which we cannot win. You expand whatever bothers you to include all experiences that remind you of what bothered you before. How life almost never totally satisfies you because everything has to be exactly how and what you want. This shows us very clearly the power of past and present preferences. The more preferences you have, the less you will be okay. This is the inquiring into the mind. We begin with an understanding of empty mind, and we look at here and now, layer after layer, how internally it renders the images being received by our senses. And on top of that layer, the trouble really begins. You in there, the conscious entity that knows you're in there, use the power of will to keep certain images from passing through. This results in the layer of mind called samskara layer. That layer of mind that holds the impressions you stored from your past, how they become the basis for your personal preferences. How you notice you made a certain personality type that's reminiscent of something or somebody from your past, and maybe instantly have a dislike without knowing anything about that person. Bringing awareness to how you built this entire structure in your mind. Then committed your life to thinking about how to serve it. How constantly focusing on this false mental concept of self. Now we contemplate the good news. There is a way out. Witness consciousness. Mickey Singer reminds us, if you learn to sit back and simply watch that voice inside your head, you can free yourself. How it's not about shutting down or shutting up the voice. It's not about fighting with your mind. The truth is, you're the one who did this to your mind. He gives us the example. If you keep eating food that's making you sick, would you yell at the food? No, you would not. You would possibly change your behavior. In the same way, it is these stored samskaras that are messing up the greatness of your mind. So we look at changing our inner behavior. Mickey Singer says the easy way to do this is quite simple. Release the samskaras you've already stored and do not store any more. And as you know, as we all know, easier said than done. We also ask us to bring awareness to the fact that it's not only the mind making it difficult. Emotions are also involved. The mind constantly releasing stored energy through that inner voice. But the mind has a little sister, the heart. The heart can also create emotions that make it an interesting place to live in there, within. How at times it may feel like there are volcanoes going on inside. Other times your inner state is peaceful, beautiful, and you want to melt into it. Your self-inquiry, this exploration of what it's like to live inside yourself. Witness consciousness, bringing attention, awareness by observing the thinking mind, as if you were watching a movie, experiencing emotion, paying attention, noticing. Noticing when the heart is closed, when the body tightens up and the energy gets rigid. Noticing when the heart is open, when you feel compassion, love, kindness. What is happening then? Noticing how mind and emotion many times mirror each other. How samskaras arise. Noticing you are not that. You are the witness, consciousness itself. The one who experiences. The one who sees, watches, notices. How that simple commitment to become witness consciousness, to be that, to be as you actually are. How it begins with stillness, as we did at the beginning of today's contemplation, bringing awareness to this present moment, awareness to your breath. That's the beginning of witnessing. Let's take a few moments now to regroup this contemplation meditation in silence. Now gently bringing your awareness to your physical body once again, the chair that you're seated in, the room that you're in, any sounds that may be present. And whenever you feel ready, gently opening your eyes, coming back, awake, aware, and fully present.